So we're gonna do a object-oriented approach on some retail items, or on a retail purchase to be more specific. First comes first is the bill of sale, or receipt as it's more commonly known. I'm going to go ahead and create an Excel spreadsheet within an Excel workbook that kind of delineates each of these variables. Just so I can do some like statistical analysis on some like sample data that kind of has the same structure in terms of data points. So we've got this, and then maybe using this word incorrectly, but encapsulation is the next thing that comes to my mind. On an individual item instance level. So this is one item of purchase, no different than if you're at a video store or something and you rent out a video or you purchase a video instance. It doesn't just come as a CD or a DVD. It's encapsulated in some kind of package. So yeah. So with that said, the instance in this case is fries, or a collection of fries, and then that gets encapsulated inside of this package, which is a type. It's a package type. Next, we have a double cheeseburger instance. And again, they don't just put that in a bag as a standalone item. They have to wrap it in something or encapsulate it in something. And in this case, it gets encapsulated into this square piece of paper. It's more like a rectangle, but anyway. So yeah, it gets encapsulated inside of there. That's the residuals of what was already consumed. And so it gets encapsulated in this particular kind of packaging for this type of item, of which I have consumed one instance. How do you like that? Okay. Okay. And then in this case, we have a nice wild card item, if you will, which was some chocolate chip cookies. I don't think the type of cookie is a delineating factor, so we'll just say a collection of cookies, which got encapsulated into this packaging to denote the type of food instance that it encapsulates. So you see we've got 1, 2, these are 2 different types, and then you have a third type here, so for a total of 3 types of food instances from this particular manufacturer. Okay, and so all 3 of those are their own instances, right? And they're packaged as such. And then all of those instances, or each of those instances rather, get encapsulated in a bag of proper capacity to be able to accommodate these number of instances, let's say. So this guy encapsulates this. So let's demonstrate. Okay, encapsulate one instance, and then we encapsulate another instance. And then this is the final instance, which also gets encapsulated like so. And then before it gets to the customer, right? Before we serve it to the customer, we've got to secure it. I think it came stapled, perhaps, just to secure the opening to secure the opening to the body of the bag instance. And so that is how it gets served to the customer, right? Before you check out, all of your items of purchase get encapsulated into one large capacity unit. Capacity unit. I forgot what I was going to say about that. I was going to say data type just because data types are defined not only by the type of data, but also by the capacity that is available to that particular data type instance. So that's another good thing to keep in mind. So this is just another like data type, I suppose, of a much larger, obviously larger capacity than the sub items that are encapsulated within. Cool. All right, so that's just the merchandise instances, right? This is more of a summation of those items which have been purchased and packaged as such. Yeah, so lots of useful data points on something like this. And this is just a model. This is not something, the specificity is kind of irrelevant in this case. I just wanted something, I just needed one instance from which to extrapolate the data values and then to encode them properly. For instance, which of these are constants, which of these are variables, and then from there I can probably generate some sample data so that I have a large set of data or a large pool of data from which I can build a pivot table or something that I can then fool around with to create maybe some fun dashboards or something. Just something fun I can use that could also be reused for any other, like many other retail providers, let's say. This is just food, right? Food and beverage, let's say. There's also like retail for like clothing and apparel. There's also media. There's also media retail, so movie instances, television show instances. Maybe it's a television show season as one instance. And again, there's so much data that is coupled with any of these instances, so that you're able to, I don't know, gain or extrapolate some insights if you wanted to practice for any of your computer science classes, for instance. This is more like data structures, I think, in terms of what I want to do with it. And then this might be more related to like intro to programming or intro to software design or software engineering, because this focuses more on data types. This focuses more on just data as a standalone thing, so that's kind of why I regard it as a data structures kind of thing. But I think data structures could come into it in the future if I do decide to formulate or amalgamate some other instances with it to try and do some kind of analysis on the data. Again, just as an exercise, just to practice and exercise my computer science skills and knowledge. So, cool. Let me see what else. Oh, this apparently is my new alias name. What do you think? What do you think? Is it good? Is it not good? All right, we'll figure that out later. Cool. All right, so that was fun, and I'll catch you up on any updates that I decide to derive from this particular instance. Okay, stay smart.